Day 1 on our Wales trip is driving down to Wales from Norwich for 6 hours. And we have finally made it to Prince of Wales Bridge, which means we are very close to Tom's parents in Cardiff now. On day 2 in the morning, we woke up and went into Cardiff to do some shopping before Chris's and Sarah's wedding, and we also went and got loads of cakes and coffee. So we sat there watching beautiful twinkly lights and drinking coffee and eating our cakes, and I had the pleasure of watching Tom eat his cake. You're welcome. And the next day we are getting ready for Sarah and Chris's big day. Unfortunately, the only videos that have been taken of us dancing was of my partner being just my better half. Look at the most beautiful newlywed couple, Mr. and Mrs. Martin. As soon as we arrived, the first thing Tom said to me was, "Hey, do you recognise this? Do you know where you are?" And my response to that was, "Why would I know that? I've never been to Wales." And it turns out we have come to see Dobby's grave, where I've never been before, and it was stunning. Harry Potter films, those dunes and especially those mountains you can see in the background play a very big part in the scene of Dobby's death. I'm not gonna lie, I did have to pull up a photo of what the actual grave looks like so that we could hopefully try and find it ourselves, because there's no signs for it. I might have bought a pair of wellies specifically just for this trip. However, this massive wave that's coming up now did go straight into my boots, which meant that my feet were wet for the remainder of the walk. Now, Tom did this super cute thing of writing our names on the beach. After this, we finally went up to see the Dobby's grave. Now, as you climb up, it is like kind of halfway up the dune, and as you climb up, there's so many stones, and people have drawn some amazing drawings of Dobby and Harry Potter and all kinds of stuff there, and there's loads of socks left for Dobby as well. On the last day, we set off bright and early. We've said our goodbyes to Tom's parents and we were on the road. However, Tom was not telling me where we're going. All I knew is that we're going somewhere to Norfolk, Wales. The weather was absolutely insane for us. Although it was freezing, like between the mountains and the valleys, it was only about 2 degrees, but the sun was shining and the views were absolutely stunning. And now to Tom's favorite part of the trip. We're driving on the way, you know, there's beautiful mountains in the background which you can't see. A little bit like mountain ranges and stuff like that, and you know, sheepies, and it's getting freezing. And guess what? We see 2 cars that Tom likes, which is those ones, which you'll see in a minute. And we not only do we stop, no, we have to turn around to come back to those cars. It's freezing outside. And we've been here for ages, look at him! Was that fun, was it?
DC2 to DC5, like in that clean.
Did we
and
have to turn around?
Try Spitfires.
Anyways, we finally moved on and still had probably a couple of hours to drive through the beautiful countryside of Wales. As we're starting to come closer to North of Wales, the weather is also starting to change into more North of Wales weather. It's gloomy, it's overcast, there's a lot of sheep everywhere, and huge mountains and tiny little roads. And as we're driving, we've come across this gorgeous lookout onto the lakes and the rivers and onto the mountains, and we literally turned around just so we could get out and have a look.
We didn't do it on your camera. This is real. This is Wales.
Okay, not quite. Look at him! What is he doing? What is he doing?
Hold it, right? Hold that. See that one? The other one? Hold it in.
He reels me into this. Just a tiny little short interval to take some photos of the car, and we're off again through the mountains. And so this is a little road that basically leads us to where we're gonna stay tonight. And we've made it to our cabin in the woods with our own little log burner and wood-fired hot tub. What a dream! Tom, come out. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. What are you doing here? Hi.
Oh, it's about to get sexual tonight in the cabin.
Hey, don't! You're scaring them. Come here. Actual fire. Not a Netflix fire. And maybe we didn't know how to keep the fire going overnight, so the cabin was absolutely freezing when we woke up, and sheep were barring straight into our ears. And also we didn't know how to keep the fire going, so our hot tub never got to the boiling temperature that we were told it will get to. It was lukewarm, but it was still an experience, and it is something that we absolutely love. There's no phone reception there, so we just had to talk, and it was refreshing. It was beautiful to just disconnect from the world. And here we are on our journey back to Norwich, through beautiful mountains of north of Wales. I've had the absolute best time in Wales.